The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey guys, welcome everyone. I'm so excited. I can't believe how many of you are actually on here with me. So I really am so grateful for all of you, and I want to give you some really good stuff that you can use today to maximize what you're doing with Facebook and not have to pay for ads. So you guys can see there's a little hashtag down there if you want to go ahead and hashtag Facebook for free. Tell your friends that you're on this webinar. We'd love to have them with us. So we're going to get ready to get started here. I know we're missing a few, but they will probably trickle in. I just don't want to keep you guys waiting. So everybody, if you can go ahead in the chat and just put in like the city that you are logging in from, then we can kind of see where everyone's at. I know we had a couple people from out of the area that I'm normally in, logging in with us today. So that'll be kind of awesome to see. So if you want to put that in the chat. Okay, the next thing is go ahead and eliminate any distractions you may have. So if you're anything like me, you probably have your web browser open for this with 4 or 5 tabs. You're logged into Facebook, your email's going, maybe you have Twitter, your phone, your tablet, whatever. Make sure that you aren't going to miss anything, and probably have a notebook, because I do talk fast. Normally what I'm going to cover in this webinar, I take about 8 hours. I do 4 different 2-hour classes to cover it all. So there is a ton of information, and we're going to get through as much of it as quickly as we can. So just make sure that you have something to write with, and if you get lost or anything, please let me know. I will be happy to get you any of the information that you need. Okay, how do you know you are in the right place? So you are in the right place if you know that you need to be on Facebook, but you don't know how, or you don't know why, right? I need to be there. I don't know really why though. You feel like you don't have a Facebook strategy. You don't know who your audience is on Facebook. Maybe you're not sure when you should be posting to your page. You get the weekly email update that says this is the new industry standard, and that's what you're going by. Also, if you feel like you aren't getting any reach without paying for Facebook ads. So if you feel that constant squeeze when Facebook sends you their, weekly email that's like, you could get more reach with this post if you boost it or something like that. If you're kind of on the tipping point of, oh, do I do it or do I not? This is the right place for you. This is going to be an awesome webinar to help you still get a ton of reach without having that paying for ads every week. So make sure you stick around to the end of the webinar. I am going to give you tons and tons of my best free content, and I also have a webinar only offer for those of you who are here with me at the end and want to take advantage of maybe taking your Facebook to the next level. So let's look at what you're going to learn in this webinar today. A lot of things that people think about Facebook aren't necessarily true. So the first thing we're going to learn is to decide what you want to achieve using Facebook for marketing, and how to develop a strategy to reach those goals. The number one thing that people get frustrated with or struggle with in social media marketing is, how do I gauge if I'm getting what I'm putting into this back out, right? I'm spending hours and hours and hours. It feels like nobody is seeing my posts. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time with it, basically, is what I hear a lot from people. So we're going to decide what you want Facebook to do for you and how you can develop a strategy to reach those goals. Next, we're going to look at who are you creating content for, right? Who are the people who are actually seeing what you're putting out? And 3 of my favorite tricks for making it really easy. sometimes people put way too much time and energy into like a single graphic or a single post that they're doing, and that is why they get really frustrated. Is I spent 4 hours on this and nobody even engaged with it. So we're gonna give you 3 simple tricks to kind of help you speed up that process and also alleviate a lot of your frustration. We're going to cover when you should be posting to your Facebook page. And this is a big shock for people. It is different for every single business and every single page. The reason for that is you want to be on and posting when your audience or your target market is. So the example I love is that it's kind of a known thing that the industry standard is to post on your Facebook page, Tuesdays at 11 a.m., right? That's the best time. That's when the most people are on. However, if you're marketing something to, let's say, guys who do like gaming, right? So video games, things like that. Are they on Facebook at that time? Probably not. So you really want to adjust when you're posting based on who it is you are posting for. And then finally, we're going to talk about how to use Facebook groups to spread your message. So what types of groups, how you can do this, and how to gauge how far they're going and what your reach is. So how do I know this? Why am I on here? Why did I put together this webinar about how to help you do this stuff on Facebook? So I guess I'll give you a little bit of my background. A lot of you already know, but in 2010, I started working at a local pest control company. I kind of took over. It was an amazing job. It was a great company. And I was basically in charge of growth, right? Sales and marketing. And I did that by running a cold call floor. So essentially had a team of telemarketers that we would hire, we would train, we would provide them with lists, and they would call out to homeowners and basically pitch them our services. That job is incredibly hard to recruit for. It's not a high satisfaction job. Nobody wants to sit on the phone for 8 hours a day. And so I went through a lot of people, really high turnover. And I thought to myself, there has to be a better way. There has got to be more resources out there for me to find new customers, for me to add value. And I really tried a lot of new ideas. We did every single piece of mail or print ad that you possibly could. I mean, coupon calendars, Valpak, money mailer, anybody who came through that door and, gave me a great sales pitch, I was convinced that that would be the next best way for us to reach our clients, for us to get new customers. So needless to say, we ended up spending a lot of money trying out things and finding stuff that didn't really work. We literally put blood, sweat, and tears into this business. I mean, I can say that 100%. All 3 of those things in huge quantities, trying to figure out what would be the best way to acquire new customers. Then I started posting on Facebook. I have been an active Facebook member since 2005, right when it first came out. And I thought, what the heck? I'm going to put a post on my personal page about anybody looking for services. And that's what I did. I posted something similar to this, and it's just a really simple, basically I would call it an ad, but I formatted it in a way that people really engaged with it. So sorry, all of you that are super grossed out right now. I did come from a bug background, but I just want to show you guys the engagement that we had with something so simple as this. So I don't know if you guys can see that. It is going kind of quickly, but a lot of those people are saying, yes, come out and help me. And this drove me to become obsessed with Facebook. my poor husband, right? I lived, I breathed, I read every single article, anything I could get my hands on that had to do with Facebook and Facebook marketing. It was amazing to be able to connect with people again. So let me just paint a picture of where I came from. We would cold call people from our call center, and nobody has a home phone anymore. I don't know how many of you have a home phone, but slowly over those few years, the number of people with a home phone number dwindled and dwindled and dwindled. So one, there weren't very many people to call. Two, if you called them, they now have caller ID and they don't answer. They don't know who you are. They don't want to talk to you. They don't answer you. And the third thing, if you hit number 1 and 2, man, it was a lucky time. You had a number that worked and you had somebody that answered it. They surely didn't want to talk to you. I don't know how many of you out there love getting that telemarketing phone call. I'm sure none of you. I ran a telemarketing floor and I don't like getting telemarketing calls. So what I loved about Facebook was that I was actually able to connect with people again. It's kind of a nice feeling if you're in a sales background. So I know what you're thinking, right? It doesn't work like that anymore. Maybe it was great in 2010. You probably need thousands of likes on your page, or you're thinking, how do I get results like that? So let's take a look at that post again and take a look at something really interesting. Notice that this post was done in June of 2015. This was after Facebook changed the algorithm that suppressed anything promotional from its newsfeed. They did that in January of 2015, and I'm sure they'll do it 1,000 more times. But engagement like this is still possible if you know how to format and where to put your posts. So this definitely is, really current in the last 6 months. This has happened. So you're all thinking, how do you do it, right? How do I get my stuff and get people to engage with it and make this a viable option for me? So first, you have to think about why are you doing it? Why are you investing time into Facebook, and what do you want out of it? 3 of my favorite reasons to use a Facebook page and what I do for most of my clients is first, we increase traffic to your website. Your website should be able to convert, the people that we're sending there. Growing an email list, if you do coaching or anything where your email list, your email newsletter list would benefit from growing, that's a great option to use Facebook for. Or using Facebook to engage with your existing clients. I'm kind of in a customer service role. That's an amazing way to add value to the customers you already have, is to give them the option to contact you on Facebook. We'll talk a little bit about that. So the first way to increase traffic to your website is to use a cover photo that converts. What I mean by that is that great big ad that runs across the top of your Facebook page. It's actually the biggest piece of your page, is called your cover photo, and you can use that to be slightly promotional and to give people kind of a call to action, right? So I love these 2 examples. The first one here is promoting our free guide, right? The conversational copy cheat sheet. Click here to download. That's an actual cover photo. The next one is from Michael Hyatt. Some of you are probably familiar with him. This is the cover photo from his Facebook page a couple months ago. It says, get my free ebook and shave 10 hours off your work week. Notice that little orange arrow there is pointing right to the sign up button. So he is using his cover photo to drive traffic to his website. When you click on that button, it's going to take you off of Facebook. Same thing with this one here, the cute girl in the dress. And when you click on that, it's going to take you off of Facebook. So these are super ways to add a little bit of value if you're trying to drive traffic to your website. Also, if you want to increase traffic to your website, you can use links that go directly to your page. So here are two examples that I did in the last month. This one here is for a client. They sell pasta. So no matter the reason you celebrate this season, we have a pasta for you. The link for that actually dropped every single person who clicked it right into their shopping cart. So if you're someone who has a physical product that you're trying to promote, or you have a shopping cart on your website, you can link right to it and create a great image that is going to want people to engage with it, right? When they click on that, they get pulled to the shopping cart, and then you have them there. Then your website kind of takes over and does the conversions. The other example here is right to my blog. So I drive traffic to my website primarily through Facebook. I've told everyone this over and over. I am not a website guru, and I do not know how to do SEO. That's not my forte. But I drive tons of unique visitors to my website every month by using Facebook to push that traffic. So this is an image I created that is a cover for a blog post. They click on the image here, and it takes them right to my blog. From my blog, I have stuff in my sidebar, or I promote, sign up for my newsletter, whatever action it is that I want them to take in my blog. But I've got them back to my website now, which is exactly what I wanted Facebook to do. As I kind of alluded to before, another great way to use Facebook is to grow your email list. So this is my old cover photo. I change it up kind of every time I adjust what it is that I'm promoting. So this cover photo here says sign up for our free newsletter. Click here. And whenever somebody comes to your page and is kind of checking it out, the cover photo is the biggest piece of real estate. So putting a call to action here, like we talked about before, is really, really powerful. So when they click here, it actually opens up the description. I have a little call to action again in the description and a link, and I can teach you how to do that really easily. But I'm growing my email list using my Facebook page. Next, you can actually use your email list as a tab. So you can see here, this is my page. I took MailChimp, who I use. You can use any email support system, and create a tab right here on your page where when people come and they're looking, because we are going to drive a lot of traffic to your page, you will see that they'll click on the newsletter sign up. Okay, I want more of this information, and they'll fill it out. So putting it as a tab on your actual Facebook page is pretty simple to do, but a great way to grow your email list through Facebook. And finally, my favorite way to grow your email list using Facebook is to promote your freemiums. So any of you that clicked on and went to my website and saw the webinar in our 4-way webinar, you also saw that there was an option for you to download a free ebook that kind of went along with what we're talking about here. And I use Facebook, okay, create an image. No, that's not me, that's Amy Porterfield, but I create an image and I use that to drive people to subscribe to my mailing list. So they're going to subscribe to my mailing list in order to get my free content. So Facebook is amazing for promoting that type of stuff. The third way is to engage with your existing clients. And so there are lots of different ways to do this, but my favorite is to allow an additional contact portal. Think of how you engage with people that you just have conversations with. A lot of it is done through text message now. If somebody wants to, do they have the ability to text message your business? Usually not. Usually nobody has a place where you can just shoot off a quick text message. You can send an email, of course, but Facebook allows it to be a little more personal. You give those clients an additional contact portal where they can message you. And if you're using the Facebook Pages app, you get it right to your phone, the same as if they sent you a text message. So I really like this. I've used it, in my business now and previously. as a great way to help somebody maybe when I'm not in the office. So if somebody's like, hey, I have a question about this, they send me a Facebook message, I'm able to get right back to them, especially if it's like a Friday night when I'm not going to be back into the office until Monday. So an additional contact portal. And when you have clients come in and things like that, let them know, hey, we're really active on Facebook, and that is going to be a great way for you if you need to contact us or send us a quick message, ask a question about your bill. All of that can be done through Facebook. That kind of helps you in two ways. One, it gives you that additional contact portal, and two, you're going to be sending them to your Facebook where they can see when you're posting offers, when you change your cover photo, different things like that. So it's kind of a two-way benefit. Facebook also captures more information about people than anyone would like to believe. They know more about you than you ever put in there because they track every single thing you look at. So from a marketing standpoint, Facebook gives us a detailed glimpse into who our clients really are and what their interests are. So if you've gone into and done a little bit of digging in your insights, you can get pretty, generic things such as, are they male or female? What's the age group? Stuff like that. Facebook tracks things like other pages that they like, who else they're friends with, what other pages they visit, even if they didn't like the page. So it gives you ways to develop more products and even service lines to offer. So if you see your clients are really interested in, I don't know what a good example is. So say you run like a spa and you see that a lot of your clients are really into yoga, it might be a great way to incorporate yoga and add another product or service line to what you're doing. Great way to engage with your clients. So if you know what you want Facebook to do, now you can track and see if it is doing it. Instead of just kind of shot in the dark, I'm on Facebook, I'm doing this, okay, my goal here is to increase traffic to my website. So then you can put that as your goal, take the steps to increase that traffic, and see if your Facebook marketing is working. If your goal is to increase email subscribers, same thing. How many subscribers are being driven here from my Facebook? And now you have a way to track and see what you're doing it. Now, those are just 3 examples. I bet everyone on here, their thing is, I want new clients and new customers from Facebook, and we'll definitely get to that. But just choosing what it is that you want Facebook to do for you really needs to be step number 1. That way you can gauge and see, is this a marketing task that I'm giving myself that's really beneficial, or is it not? Is it just a waste of time? Is it just something I'm doing because I think I should be doing it? So now, once you decide what you want to achieve, how do you create all that content? How do you get the images? How do you do all the things to make sure you're, moving towards achieving that? So in content, you really have 2 parts. One is the actual content itself, what you're writing, your images, things like that. And 2 is the mechanics of how that works. So every piece of content you create, it needs to be relevant. So unfortunately, just posting a bunch of funny animal pictures or, movies of dogs sliding down hills, I can't believe how many of those I've seen on business pages recently. It needs to be relevant. Now, I'm not saying you should never post something like that, but make it relevant. So a great example of this is a window cleaner who shows pictures of animals running into windows, right? Windows so clean you don't even know they're there. That is relevant. A snowboarding company that has a dog riding down a hill on a snowboard, that's going to be relevant. Whereas somebody selling, solar panels and they just have dogs falling into puddles, it doesn't make sense. People won't get it. Secondly, they need to be informative. If you post something that says, 5 ways to do this, or, you are alluding to providing some sort of information, you need to provide that. I see a lot of times somebody will say, click here for 3 quick tips to, improve your marketing. And I click on it and it doesn't ever give me 3 tips. It's kind of like a bait and switch. And the first thing that that does is it makes me distrust that company. It makes me go, well, I don't want to click on their links anymore because they're not even giving me what they're telling me they are. So make sure that the content you are creating is very informative. Now, this doesn't mean you have to go out and do tons of research and write huge blog posts. It's perfectly acceptable to use links from, related or well-aligned resources. So if you're selling basically office space, using stuff from Entrepreneur and things like that, it makes sense. I will tell you this, make sure you read the entire article before you post it to your page. I have a friend who's a carpet cleaner, and he had this post up, and when you read through it and you got to the end, there was an ad for a competitor. Like, he had taken content he found online and used it and ended up promoting a competitor to everyone who actually was seeing his content. The third thing that you need to do for your content is have an amazing picture or a graphic. This is the #1 way people are going to stop and connect with it. So you can have great content and all you put in there is the link, or you just write about it. People typically are going to scroll right past it before they even know it's there. They don't even know that they went over it. So having an amazing picture or graphic, and one that is properly sized, is really important. So it may come as a surprise to you, but I am not a graphic designer. I have no background in it, and I have no skills in it. I have found one of my favorite things that helps me to create this amazing content, cover photos, images, things like that. And it's one of my secrets for you today. It is Canva. So I love using Canva. It's canva.com. The thing I love the most about it is that when you sign in, it's going to allow you to choose kind of like a stock image size. So a Facebook cover photo is 851 pixels by 315 pixels. You have to size it that way for it to look right. And the more of Facebook's hoops you jump through, the better your reach and the better your whole page will be. So Canva, when you sign in there, instead of remembering those numbers, you just click on make a Facebook cover photo, and it gives you the exact parameters and sizes and tons of free stuff in there. So there are a lot of functions that you can do completely for free, and that is one reason I really love Canva. So if you are struggling, like, oh my goodness, how am I supposed to keep up with creating all this content? Or if I have to sign into Adobe Illustrator, I would really rather just not. This is a great way to create amazing content that looks great, that is the right size, and it's super, super easy. And like I said, they do offer a free version. So great if you're just starting out too. Now let's get into kind of the mechanics of posting. There's a lot of tips and tricks here as well. So the first thing you want to do is get that content into the status window. So if you're posting a picture, just upload it. If you're posting a link, copy and paste the link into the status box, and then just wait for that preview to load. Now, if the preview doesn't load, you want to reload the page, because if the preview doesn't load, it means that your link did not stick. So you'll want to hit page again. Once it reloads, re-paste that link in. And this is a tip and a soapbox. I'm sure many of you have heard this from me. Never leave that URL in the link, the URL for your link in the status field. Once that preview pops up, it's in there. That link is embedded. Remove the www.whereverigotthis.com out of there and use that space wisely. Whenever I see that, I'm like, oh, it's a rookie maneuver there. Secondly, you want to get your image size correct. So like I said, most people will stop on a post when that image catches their eye. So if half of your image is cut off because it's sized too big, or let's say you have words in your image and they're not being seen because of the way it's laid out, you need to adjust that. So one of my tips is I like to create my own image for a link. So when you copy and paste a link in, they're going to give you one in the preview. 9 times out of 10, it's not the right size. It's cutting off half of it. And so I create a custom image for each link. Sounds like a lot of work. It's really easy. I go into Canva. I set up my custom size to be 1200 pixels by 630. And then when I upload that image, it looks perfect. So I did a couple of examples. You can see those there on my blog of how and what sizes you should be using so that your images look great every time. If you're doing like image only, link images, and multiple images, those are all going to be sized differently. So don't go in and just make everything 1200 by 630. They all have different sizes, and we can talk about that some more as well. If you're doing multiple images, they have multiple options now as well. So you can either do it in a carousel, kind of where each has its own little space and people can roll through them, or you can do it in a collage format. And collage format, you're going to size each of those pictures. But Canva makes that super easy, and that's one of the reasons I really tell everyone to, if you're just starting out, Canva is great. The last part of the mechanics of posting are really, really important, almost as important as the picture, but not quite. Type an engaging description, right? So where some of you are leaving the www.wherever in there, take that out and use 1 or 2 sentences. Keep this part short and really use like a call to action. Encourage the reader to engage with your post. So this is where you are going to put whatever figurative, colorful language you can use to make someone feel like they have to click on the image, right? This is where you put, want to know 5 ways to understand, how to do a link on your Facebook page? Click here for this. Want to know about Office options? Click here for more information. You're giving them a call to action and encouraging them to engage with your post. This is another thing I talk about in one of my advanced trainings. Don't give away the milk for free. Don't just post everything in there and so you don't get credit for engagement. It could be that someone scrolls past your picture, they read your picture, and they don't like it or share it. You're giving the milk away for free. So a couple of things with that. Upload, if you're just doing pictures, make sure you always upload more than one. That way they have to click on them to scroll through and you get credit for engagement. The other thing is put as much content as you can on your website or on your blog and link it over. That way they have to click on it. You get credit for the engagement before they can have your content. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I write a blog post, I'll spend a couple hours on it, and I don't just want to take that content, copy and paste it into the entire status field and post it out. I want to make sure that Facebook is giving me credit for the engagements that I am driving by people wanting my content. And then a soapbox again, no death by hashtags. This is an Instagram. 1 or 2 is fine, but sometimes I'll see someone's post and it's like, hashtag this, hashtag that, hashtag. I just swear right by this. I don't know. You can put some in the comments, maybe 1 or 2, but after the 3rd one, it kind of loses its emphasis anyway. So no death by hashtags. That space there is really to call attention to what you are posting. So call attention to the picture and tell people what you want them to do with the post. So moving right along, the next thing is to ditch the industry standards for when to post. This is kind of the 3rd on the 4 ways. Ditch that industry standard. Everybody's business is different, and I am going to teach you how to let your business page tell you when to post. Okay, so this is kind of like insights and a little bit techie. Don't get lost here. I promise I will explain it. This is on your insights, okay? So let me first map out how you would get here. When you go into your page and you click on insights, then you would click on posts. And notice the most important thing we're looking at here is when your fans are online. How many of you knew that Facebook is going to track that and tell you exactly when your fans are going to be online? Yeah, it makes it really easy from a marketing standpoint to know the best times to put my content out so that I have the best chance of getting in front of people. Facebook is making it harder and harder all the time. They're suppressing you in the newsfeed unless you're posting for ads. So let's take this advantage and use it to our advantage. So right here you can see every day of the week, and it's going to tell you how many followers are online on those days of the week on average, okay? Usually it's pretty steady. Sometimes you'll see a big spike on one day. It really depends on your industry. It truly does. If you're someone whose page is geared towards people who are working during the week, you might see some good numbers on Sunday, low numbers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, they come right back up. So go in and spend some time knowing when your fans are online. Next, it's even going to give you some really great insights as to what times of day would be best for you to post. So the first thing I do when I come in is I go and I say, okay, I know for my page this week, I'm going to post 3 times. And that's really kind of a starting point when you have a business page, you have like less than 1,000 fans. Usually 3 times a week is plenty. So when you come in here, you look at and you see, okay, it looks like for this page, I'm going to have the most people on Wednesday. All right, so you click on Wednesday. When you click on Wednesday, now you're going to see they bring out this line. And that dark blue line shows you the times that people are on Wednesday for this page. So typically you're going to have kind of a couple hills and little valleys, no big mountain peaks in here. But what you do want to notice is, okay, it looks like I'm going to have the most people on at 10 a.m. So I want to post my content to them just before 10 a.m. or right at 10 a.m. So I'll be in their newsfeed. If you go on and you post at, 8, okay, I'm going to get in here at 8 and be in the newsfeed and for a couple hours. That is not realistic. Every time someone signs into Facebook, including us, you're supposed to be served 15,000 posts, right? Nobody scrolls through 15,000 posts. This is made up of your friends' posts, pages that you like, and the people who are paying to put ads in front of you. 15,000, crazy. And Facebook, using their algorithms, using what you stop on and view, what you like, what you engage with, they take that 15,000 and they whittle it down to 320 posts. 320 is all you're going to get. So if you don't make it into the 320, you're not even going to be served to the people who like your page in their newsfeed. And of course, there are ways that you can offset that based on how much engagement they have with you. And that's another thing I talk about in another program. But you want to be able to give yourself the best chance to hit the newsfeed when they're going to be on. And then just a little, this is a quirky Whitney note, but everybody in their, every marketer is going to post on, okay, I see this heels at 10 o'clock. I'm going to put my post at 10 o'clock. So I usually put it at an off time, a couple minutes before, a couple minutes after. So I'm not going to post at 10. I'm going to post at 9:57, just because a lot of people will program it to go right at 10 o'clock, and I kind of want to miss that, the big upsurge. Here I also have an example for you of where you have kind of some peaks and some valleys. So this could be yours. It really just depends on who your fans are and when they're online. So you can see the dark hill in the back here is showing the general over the week across all 7 days when the fans are online. Then you'll see if I click on Friday, it takes a huge drop at about 1 o'clock. So just a lot of things to look at. You need to go in, I typically recommend about once a week, and look at your insights. It can be the most boring part. I mean, not for me. I'm a super nerd. I love insights, but go in and take a look once a week before you start posting, and your page will literally tell you when the most of your people are going to be online, when you have the best chance of making it into their newsfeed. So yeah, here you go. Each week, sit down, plan it out. I usually sit down on Mondays and write down what times of the week, what days of the week for all the content that I'm going to have. And then I go out and I plan my content and plug it in and schedule it at those times. I only schedule stuff usually on Mondays. Just sit down, schedule it out for the entire week, and I know that my content will go out for all of my clients. And now here it is, the biggest secret. I have been so hesitant to share this with anybody because it's the real proprietary part of what I do. But I really wanted to make sure that I gave you value for signing in and being here with me today. So let's talk about groups. It is so easy and free to spread your message by sharing in Facebook groups. So the first thing when you start to do groups is, one, you don't want to be a spammer. You don't want to get banned by a whole bunch of groups, but you want to choose groups that are going to pertain to your business. So I have a really specific example. I had a client that all the services that they offered were really geared towards people with Alzheimer's. So joining groups that have people who are in support roles for people with Alzheimer's, or people who are working with people with Alzheimer's, that was a great group for us to join and be able to be active in there and be a resource. We were able to give out a lot of information on the products to people who actually were dealing with that. And if you want to take a little test here, find out what you know what your target market is, put that in the search bar on Facebook, and then just hit enter, right? It's going to drop down a whole bunch of options for you. Don't click on any of those, just hit enter. And then up at the top, it's going to say posts, people, groups. Click on groups. You will be amazed how many groups there are out there for everything. This same product was really great for people with multiple sclerosis. So we were able to join hundreds of groups based on the clients that we needed to get. So choose your groups that are going to pertain to your business, okay? If you're a local company, don't go join groups that are advertised worldwide. That's not going to do you any good. Join the groups that are going to benefit your business and make sure that you can market in them. Some of the groups that we joined, you were not able to market to, and I have some ways to kind of get around that you can still get benefit from those groups and also make a lot of contacts in those groups, but you're not going to openly be able to post or advertise in there. So choose your groups carefully to meet a specific function or purpose. Next, what you're going to do is post on your business page first, because in marketing, you want to be able to track your ROI. So this example here is literally the post for marketing this webinar. A person that I follow, they really, really promote Facebook ads. If you're going to teach a class or you're going to do this, do Facebook ads, do Facebook ads, do Facebook ads. And I mean, I've never paid Facebook a penny, and I kind of wanted to stay true to that. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do the same thing all of the other people are doing with Facebook ads, and I'm going to do it 100% organically. So the organic reach for the post was 140. I have almost 500 people who follow my page, but I took that post and through marketing it into groups, I was able to take the reach literally from Monday until today. Just before we went live, I was at 2,863 people reached without ads. So it does work and it's really powerful, but I wouldn't have known how powerful if I just went and posted right to the group. So post these onto your business page timeline, and then you personally will share them into groups so that you can track the reach and the engagement. Something else that I do is I like to track how many people are clicking through and where they are going. So I use like a tracking link in the back. So I don't know if you want to do that, you can. Facebook will track how many clicks you get and what engagement you get. So you can just look in your insights to see, but I really like to see what came of what I did. So in addition to posting them on my page so that I can track it, I use just a bit.ly link to track how many people are clicking through and where they're going once they, click on my link. So 140 people saw this post organically. 2,863 people saw it, and that is just a post that was up for 4 days. This is really, really powerful stuff. And yes, it really is that easy. Post it to your page, share it to a group. So not rocket science. It does take a little bit of work, and knowing which groups are going to give you the best bang for your buck. I have certain groups that whenever I post them, I know I'm going to get engagement, and others that, it shows that a lot of people looked at my stuff, but that they didn't really engage with it. So it really is that easy to improve your reach without using ads. So let's take a look. I'm sure everybody's on here because they have some obstacles, and also you're probably bored of listening to me talk. So what are some of the ways, some of the obstacles that you have when it comes to using Facebook to build your business? So put it here in the chat. Go ahead and write it down so that you know what your biggest obstacles to using Facebook are. For a lot of people, it's time. They don't have the time to devote to this, right? So they need strategies that can help them achieve this quicker. Some people, it's, I have no idea what to post. I don't have content. I can't create it. So put that in the chat just so I can see. So it looks like a couple people are putting in their, time, content. I don't even know how to sign into Facebook. That's a good one. I can definitely help you with that. Definitely help you there. Let's see. Anything else? Okay, so pretty much all the same things. I don't know what to post, I don't know when to post, or I don't have the time to do Facebook. So really a lot of things that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to using Facebook for marketing. So let's talk a little bit. This is a quote that I love. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? Albert Einstein, we've all heard that over and over again. Yet as marketers and business owners, we keep doing it. I will tell you, this is like my personal confession on my webinars. I have been working on my webinars since October, and my thing has been, I'm going to find out how to figure out how to do my webinar for free, right? I'll use Blab, I'll Google Hangout, I'll do all these things, and I just kept spinning my wheels because I wanted a really, really specific set of things that this webinar program would do. And finally, one day I was like, I cannot believe myself. In an effort to save, it's like $60, I have put myself back months and months, just by doing the same things over and over and over again and expecting different results. So you can ask yourself the question, is 2016 the year that you are going to master Facebook? Are you ready to stop spinning your wheels, doing the same thing week after week, day after day, and really get down to using Facebook instead of just saying, yeah, I do marketing on Facebook, but 90% of it is scrolling through your own newsfeed. I do want to share a couple of stories with you guys. This right here is Pam. I love her dearly. She is one of my clients, and this is just what she said about using Business by Design and me. So not to boast or anything, but I feel like I want to add value to everyone and show that I've done this for myself. I've done it for, multiple companies myself and also for some of my clients. And this is Dave here. The important thing and what I love is the part in white is his review. That's what he wrote on my Facebook page. You can go read it. But he posted on his Facebook page on just January 4th that he had 2 closings in 3 days. 1 more under contract and another awesome closing next week. Awesome. And I was able to help him with his social media department. So really awesome. That's the thing that keeps me going, gets me really excited. And seeing people take what I teach them and then doing something with it and being able to have, a benefit and add value to them. So why did you show up here today? Why did you take an hour out of your day to listen to me talk about Facebook? I'm obsessed. Maybe you guys are too, but why did you show up? Really, you know that marketing on Facebook can be amazing for your business. Maybe you're frustrated with trying to figure out how to make it work on your own and you don't want to pay for ads every single week. Or, people tell me all the time, it's only $5 a day. Well, when you're starting out a business or you're growing it from nothing, $5 a day is a lot more than a lot of people want to pay. But if you want someone to show you what to do and how to do it to be effective in marketing on Facebook, I don't know, maybe some of these are you, maybe they're not. Maybe you just really like me, you wanted to come here today, and you didn't get to see me at a networking meeting, so you wanted to hear me talk. Just kidding. So the obvious question, how do I figure all this out so I can get it up and running quickly? Social media is fast, fast, fast. How do I stay ahead of the curve? And the answer is the Business by Design Business Builder course for Facebook. I am so excited to, be able to present this to you guys. I want to give you the complete blueprint to marketing your business on Facebook without having to pay for ads. And, oh, sorry, tiny slide. So what you get in this course is 4 2-hour live classes. You can attend them in person. They are going to be held here in Ogden or via webinar. And they will cover everything that you need to know about Facebook to be effective. So the 4 classes are Facebook Fundamentals. So even if you don't have a business page now, I can help you and we will get you set up and running. Content creation, analyzing insights, and Do You Group. So online recordings of each class will be available that same day and throughout the entire month for review. So if you can't make it live, even on the webinar, those will be up for you to go over, and you can watch them again and again, as many times as you want, so that you can make sure you're getting the information that you need. I also include checklists to simplify what steps to take in developing your Facebook strategy. So you will get an outline of tasks to be completed each week. It's called your Zero to Hero homework. So every week when you come, like the first week, it's going to be, okay, we're going to do 3 posts this week. Here's how you're going to do it step by step by step. A cheat sheet that is kind of like how to grow your Facebook likes organically, how to increase reviews on your Facebook page. I don't know if any of you saw, Business by Design is currently listed as the best advertising agency in Ogden, probably also the smallest. So it was really exciting to me, and when I looked at it, that is based completely on reviews. Completely on reviews. They're so important. So we definitely want to increase those on your business page. You'll get a weekly posting checklist and a group involvement checklist. Yes, there are steps to posting in groups to make the most of it. You need to do what I kind of call weighting your profile. The more active you are in a group, the more exposure your posts will get. So there is a checklist, easy. Sit down, click here, do this. Makes it really simple. You get continual coaching and assistance through the entire program. I add you into a secret Facebook group that has me, my staff, and all your peers, as well as a couple people who have taken the course in the past and done really well with it. So if you want to test an image or an idea, if you get stuck somewhere, there are always options and help for you. You also get assistance with your content ideas, right? Okay, I'm doing my homework and I'm really stuck. Whitney, can you help me? Or, my assistant's name is Victoria. She can help you. We can, help you to create content as well. So if you're like, I just can't get this image to work, we can do a screen share. We want to make sure that you are going to be able to run your Facebook once you're done here. So in the course, what's more important than what you get is what you'll create. You will have a simple step-by-step plan for running your Facebook page each week. You'll have branded images, including quotes and banners that really maximize your engagement. And more importantly, you'll know how to make those on your own. You won't be calling a graphic designer, oh, I want to change my cover photo because I'm running this ad, or I want to change the, you will be able to do that once you take this course. You'll also have a solid Facebook strategy that's going to work for your business. Not every business works by posting in groups and getting clients like I did for, Bugs. Not every business works that way. So we're going to work out what works for your business and how to get clients. You'll also have confidence in your Facebook strategy. And a lot of times that's the number one thing that holds people back is I know I should be on Facebook, but I really don't know, how or, if I'm doing it right. So I'm just not getting. And remember that webinar only bonus I teased about at the beginning. If you purchase the program during this live webinar, I'm also going to throw in 3 one-hour consultation sessions with me. So either we'll get on and we'll do it over a webinar or over the phone. If you're local, I will come and we can do it in person. But again, it is only for those that order while we're on the webinar. So what's the cost, right? Everybody, yes, I want to do all this, but what's it going to cost me? Your investment is only $500. That's per person. So if you had an additional person in your office that you wanted to have do this, it would be, $500 for each of you. And here's the link, businessbydesignmarketing.com/classes. So if you're, eager to get there, you don't really have questions or anything, there it is. Go ahead, click on the link and head over. But I do want to tell you guys, I want to guarantee this. You can ask anyone who's taken my courses. I have a lady who's going through it for a second time, of course, at no additional charge because, it was so new to her. She never even had a private Facebook page, but I'm committed to your success in this course. My goal is to make sure that you leave the program feeling fully capable of running a successful Facebook marketing strategy for your business. So if you purchase this program, you do the work, you will see improvements in your Facebook presence. However, if you're still not satisfied and you've been to the classes, you've done the work, of course I'm going to give you a refund. My reputation is worth more to me than any amount of money. So I want you to be successful in this program. And that is all. Just thank you guys so much. I am so happy. I had, a huge bunch of people out for my very first webinar, and I want to make sure that you got value in this. So please, if you have any feedback, I did notice that I had a misspelling of strategy. I will fix that. I would love to hear from you guys. Message me on Facebook. You can see on here my email. So if you have any issues or anything like that, I'm looking through some of these questions. Just feel free. So I do want to take some questions. If anybody has a question, I would love to answer it for you. So let's look through here. Okay, someone asked, are videos good to post? Yes. And part of the program, what I want to do is show you what types of things the people you are marketing to want to see. Okay, so if you go into your insights, it will literally show you, should I be posting more videos? Should I be doing more quotes? Should I be doing more this? I met with someone on Tuesday and they have been spending a lot of time creating amazing content. And then we got in the back end and I said, you're killing yourself writing these huge blog posts when your clients and your people are wanting videos. So yes, I am so excited to show you guys how to decide what to use. Any other questions here? Let's see. Okay, so a quick question. We have a lot of people at a certain time, and then we have the most people in the evening, but I do get a lot of people in the morning. So should I post? If you are getting engagement with your posts, I would post at both times. It really just depends. It depends on what you're getting. Okay, so let me clear my mind here and explain this clearly. how often you post based on how much engagement you get. So there are websites that literally, or Facebook pages that post 45 times a day. Insane. So they have a following that they're getting hundreds of likes, hundreds of shares on each of those posts. But when you're starting out, you really only want to post about 3 times per day. So choosing the optimal time is what you want to do. What you want to do is test both of those. Try at 9 a.m., try at 9 p.m., and see which of the two is giving you more bang for your buck. So I worry if I post too often, people are going to find my posts really obnoxious and even stop noticing my posts. That is a huge reason the industry standard for posting does not work. So if you feel like you need to be posting 2 times a day because that's what the industry standard is, let's face it, I don't talk to my husband 2 times a day. I don't need to hear from you on Facebook 2 times a day sometimes. So let's just, you need to see what works for you. You need to count how many people are engaging, what type of engagements you're getting, and if people are engaging with your stuff frequently, then it's okay to post more often. I have a page for a boutique that I run that has less than 300 people on it, but every post I put out, it gets tons of engagement. So we post on that page multiple times a day because it drives the engagement. So it really just depends. And check your insights. That's the best way to do that. If you're not exactly doing the website, will social media still work for you? Maybe you're a salesperson. Oh, absolutely. I do recommend, if your company allows it, to create your own page. So let's say I'm a consultant or I'm part of an MLM. I would have my page say Whitney Bingham, or Pampered Chef with Whitney Bingham, or I would name it something interesting, let's get cooking with Whitney. And then I would use that as a basis of information, and I would have it be basically my own page that I could brand. Do you recommend Hootsuite for posts? No, I definitely don't recommend any sort of blasting platform. The reason for that with Facebook is they know where it's coming from, and they keep track of all that type of stuff. If you have Hootsuite and it's working great, if your images are turning out beautiful, by all means, that's awesome. Do make sure you check into Yutle, Y-U-T-L-E. It's a platform that has a lot of the same capabilities as Hootsuite, but it also has a great analytics program to it. So that's I would recommend that over Hootsuite. But I don't really like those programs because most of the time, in my personal experience with them, it will mess up your images, your links don't come through, and building trust on social media is kind of the most important thing. So make sure that there are so many questions here. I'm not going to get to all these. I'm sorry, guys. So let's see. I'm interested in your course. Will I get the bonus if I sign up tomorrow or Monday? Unfortunately, the bonus is just going until we are off this tonight. Make sure I will have kind of a smaller bonus when I send out the replay, but no, that bonus is just for people who sign up over the webinar today. So, all right, I am going to take one more comment here. Let's see. I don't have time to write my content, and I don't think anyone else can either. So if you don't have time to write content, one great thing you can do is hire kind of a copywriter. There are people who are really skilled in that area. However, you are the one who knows the most about your business. So you can create smaller content, or let's say you're a professional. If your profession puts out kind of a newsletter or articles or things like that, it's 100% appropriate to take the content from that, post it to your blog, just make sure you're citing who it's coming from, and then share that out. So, a lot of people will link from that original website, but it is appropriate to move that content to your blog as long as you're citing that it's not your original content. So, okay, if I did not get to your question or you have something else for me, please make sure to email me. You can, of course, message me on Facebook. My Facebook is under Whitney England Bingham. And I am so grateful to all of you. Like, literally brings tears to my eyes. I'm a crier too, though, but thank you guys so much. And I look forward to working with you.